I'm sorry.
Jungle dogs are always a bloody challenge, so she could be anywhere. The mass is pretty huge. Hopefully third time lucky. Oh, I've seen her. It's like she's got a whole other body. She's been kind of dragging that around for some time.
Crash! God, come on, darling, not all that. Come on.
I feel like I really failed.
I'm Janie, a UK vet living in Sri Lanka, running a street dog charity called We Care. So yeah, welcome to the chaos.
Just dog jogging. It's a cool day, it's gorgeous. So just spotted this dog with a horrible mass on her shoulder. Where are you, darling? Come on. Come on, yeah. Yeah. Whoa. So just seen a dog while I'm out running with a huge mass on her side. She's a wild jungle dog, I could get nowhere near her. But it's difficult to say whether it's a mass or whether it's a herniation. So whether she's got a big hole in her body wall and that's organs kind of bulging out. Oh, I thought there was a snake. There's just some random cockerels in the bush. Hello. Sri Lanka. So yeah, I've reported it to our hospital. We have a bit of a centralised group where all the emergencies come in, but we have about 10 reported every single day. And we can only usually admit 2 or 3 of those, and they're all, you know, critical. There's nothing that's just like a flea or a limp. It's all eyes hanging out, legs hanging off, half your body wall protruding. So yeah, not sure when we're going to be able to get to her, but oh, it looks pretty full on. And I guess this is, it highlights the severity of things in Sri Lanka and how advanced things get here, because there's no early intervention. So that would have started potentially as a small little bulge, whether it's a mass or a herniation. But because she's a street dog, because she's bloody wild, because no one can get near her, because, a private veterinary visit would cost a quarter of someone's monthly salary, then it's just been allowed to get so much worse. And that's essentially what we see kind of with all our cases. They are end stage. So we're dealing with stuff that we would never in a million years deal with in the UK or Europe, Australia, US. You just never see things of this severity. So yeah, anyway, it does make this run feel all the more worthwhile because we're aiming to build this bigger hospital with a rehab centre where we will be able to see infinitely more patients and not have them out here suffering. Like, I don't know how long she's been like that. So we're out here in the quiet jungle. It's really, really peaceful, and we're probably about to bring some chaos because we've come to catch a dog. So it's a girl that I spotted when I was on my run the other day. She has a huge mass sticking out of her abdomen, but I could not get anywhere near her even to take a video to send to the hospital to say, remind me about this dog. So I think this is going to be a really challenging catch, but let's go and see if we can find her first and foremost and then work out what we do from there. So I'm just looking everywhere. Dogs in Sri Lanka are incredibly smart and they'll hide in any nook and cranny. So you have to look in every drain, in every little tiny spot, under every car. Yeah, no sign of her yet. Oh, there's CCTV watching us. She basically has free roam of rice paddies, jungle, everyone's gardens. It looks like there's no one here. None of this is fenced. It's just literally jungle. So she could be anywhere. Do you know what? I think I know this dog. I actually wonder if we've had this dog in before. I think even to CMVR, and we decided that this hernia was too large to do anything about, but it's gotten way bigger. If she sees the dog, just call us immediately. Jungle dogs are always a bloody challenge. Yeah. So the plan at the moment is that we're going to do a bit of a drive-by snatch. So hopefully she's on the road and hopefully Deshta doesn't miss. She's not there. Oh, I've seen her. She's right at the bottom of the road and everyone else is kicking off, telling her we're coming. Main road and left. Yep, go. There's just so many places that she can run. It's going to be challenging. So Desh and I are in the jungle. Chaz is on the other side and we're trying to work towards cornering this girl. Sometimes you've just got to stop and listen because you might hear like a rustle. So, no luck, which to be honest I'm not totally surprised about. But we've made a little plan to come tomorrow because there's a lady that feeds her every morning at 8 a.m. So we're gonna come at 8 a.m. in the morning and we're not gonna stop. The plan is to literally just do a drive-by with a tuk-tuk or with a scooter and just jump off the back with the net. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But she's definitely on to us. We can't do this in our usual fashion.
So Franny, I've just been out to try and get this dog and I feel like full deja vu. I'm pretty sure we've seen it. So I think when we were traipsing about, I recognised the land as one of the bits that we looked at when we were looking for a new hospital. And I think you were with me. There was 2 puppies when we went and a dog barking at us at the top of these steps, and there was like a well on the left. And she had a really big lump on her side. Do you remember?
Yeah, so we collected her and then some of the puppies, and we didn't operate on her because she had this big mass. So instead we vaccinated and microchipped her, reported it to the hospital, but they couldn't take her, so then it went onto the wait list. We then came across her when we saw it. I said to you, it's got a little bit bigger, but not dramatically since we saw it at CMBR in terms of how it's growing. And then someone else, been you, but I think you did it through Emily. We reported her on Connect Team, and I think I commented on it saying that's the same dog.
Oh,
she's
did
already been on it.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, I think when we got her, but we microchipped and vaccinated her in that same thing, and then we got a couple of the puppies and stuff. But I'm pretty sure we did not operate on her because of what was going on the side.
No, she's it's huge and she's wild, and I think this is going to need an attempt 2, maybe even an attempt 3. I think.
Yeah, we struggled, but that was why I remember saying it when we had her at CMBR. We were like, if you could take her because she's really hard to catch. And I think it was at a time when
we were too
the
full.
hospital was just found and couldn't do it. But I remember thinking like, we can't keep her at CMBR because we know she will escape. But yeah, so we had to put her back. But yeah, she is wild. We really struggled to catch her.
Okay. God, these are the difficult decisions we're having to make every day, isn't it? It's like we've got a full hospital, we've got a dog in our hands that literally needs help, and we're having to release them. It's so rough. It's so rough.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, right, well, at least hopefully we're going to have a second chance.
So I'm just on my way to see if we can catch this little lady again this morning. It's quite early, but this is what time she gets fed her brekkie. So we have a plan of action. Chaminda's on the way and the lady is poised to be feeding the dog. To be honest with you, I'm really quite stressed. So I'm currently working online to try and make ends meet. I've been doing that for the last few years and it always seems to coincide with a million other things. So this morning I need to go and try and catch this dog. I've got to open mutts. I've got to have a meeting with the manager, and I am getting bombarded with triage questions from the UK. I'm quadruple booked. You know, that's all supposed to be happening at the same time, and I'm laughing, but honestly, like there's times when I just feel so overwhelmed. I'm just trying to hold everything together, and there's just this dread that I'm gonna let drop one plate and then the whole thing's gonna come crumbling down. It's a bit relentless. There's never a moment of the day where I'm not double booked, and I just obviously the animals have to come first, but also I need to be able to pay my mortgage, and I need to be able to run the cafe to fund the charity, and it's really hard knowing what takes priority. Of course, it is animal welfare, but if we don't have any money to treat those animals, then the animal welfare there's no animals to come to be concerned about their welfare. So just feeling a bit under pressure this morning and every morning. So this lady's now shouting for the dog. What's happening? She's right at the back there and she smelled us straight away. Yeah, we didn't catch her. This poor lady tried. Calling it now, because if we just keep stressing her out and keep chasing her day on day, we're never going to get near her again. So yeah, call it today. Try again, we can't try tomorrow because I have to go to Colombo for the lorry and to drop another dog back after flood rescue. So it's going to be Friday. So I'm trying frantically to get out of the house to go and try for attempt number 3 to catch the dog with the mass. But every time I try and leave the house with my wet hair, because I didn't even have time to do that, I'm getting a vidi vet, so an emergency call, essentially a triage call from the UK. Hopefully 3rd time lucky to catch the dog with the big mass. So the big guns are here. So we're just making a plan to catch the dog. At the moment we're planning to have 2 bikes driving from both sides towards her and someone tries to catch her. So yeah, fingers crossed it works. Okay. Go forth, be strong. So I am just in the car following the boys on their bikes. Oh, and probably actually need to empty my boot, ready to chuck this dog in. I've just realised I've got all my junk in there. No surfboards though, thankfully. That makes a change. So I'm just pulling up. I'm going past the dog because we don't want her to know I'm here. She's there, but the dog catchers all look like they've stopped on their bikes, so the plan does not look to be progressing as I would have liked. Our dog catchers, they're really highly trained individuals. We're so lucky to have them, and honestly it's so nice to be able to call on them in cases like this. Woo-hoo! We've caught the dog. I say we, I cannot take credit, like I say. Oh my god, the dog catchers are bloody amazing. Honestly, thank God for my amazing colleagues. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Does she bite or not?
Finally.
It's okay, darling. I know. I can hear her breathing quite heavily in the back. It's not ideal to keep them in their nets. Bye, Jess. In the sense of it is quite stressful, but it does mean that we can keep her nice and safe until we get her back to the hospital. It's only a 10-minute drive. And you know, she's fine. It's like almost putting a thunder shirt on dogs. So sometimes when dogs are anxious, you actually want to wrap them a little bit tighter and then they feel secure. Leaving the net on works in a similar vein. But I can hear her breathing quite heavily, which isn't ideal, but you can also hear all the other dogs still kicking off. Don't worry, we're bringing her back. We're gonna fix her up. I'm really hoping it's treatable. There are many things that it could be that mean that it's not, but fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Just happy to have her for now. And I mean, even if it is worst case scenario, not treatable, at least we've got her and we can shower her with love. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna let my brain go there. No, this is gonna be treatable. Just put us straight on the scales. Oh sweetheart, it's okay, we're gonna have you out in no time. Let's go. Okay, then we're just going to go this way. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. I'm going to go straight on that table. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Perfect. Do you need your net? Is that what you're waiting for? No. You're okay, it's for here. Okay, my sweet. We can see that your rabies vaccination is out of date, can't we? So I'm just gowning up in this sexy way. because we have to protect our other patients, protect ourselves, and protect her. Not great.
No.
I think we might need the multi-parameter.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to need X-ray.
Yeah. Are we thinking this is fluid?
Well, I was hoping it was fluid,
Yeah.
and I think it might be fluid, but her chest sounds horrific. She's really struggling to breathe. But
Okay.
when she's on the street, she's charging around.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if this is all stress,
Yeah.
muzzle, oh my god, because yeah, we've struggled. This is the third time we've been able to catch her,
Wow.
and she outruns us every
Oh my
time.
gosh.
So at the moment we're just working on getting her nice and comfortable, so making sure she's oxygenated because at the moment she's quite short of breath. Her chest doesn't sound very nice at all. We've taken some bloods, we're going to get those run. I'm just about to do an ultrasound scan on this mass and then potentially an ultrasound scan on her heart as well. Oh dear. No fluid at that point. So let's see what this is. Heterogeneous, a few little pockets of fluid. We'll know when we X-ray.
Yeah.
But yeah, all a bit odd, and the contractility of our heart isn't that nice. We've moved through to X-ray just to check that this huge thing that is hanging off the side of her isn't going into her chest or abdomen, and as far as we can tell, it isn't. She's only a little dog, isn't she? I think she just looks massive.
Yeah.
So the mass is pretty huge. It's this whole thing here, which you can see actually the width of the chest is about equal to the width of the mass. So it is huge. It's like she's got a whole other body hanging off the side of her, which is just quite wild, honestly. She's been kind of dragging that around for some time. So the next step is going to be surgery to remove it, but it is a bit risky. I don't think we're 100% sure that we know what we're going to face, to be honest, until we're in there. I'm hoping it's just a mass that I can remove. I don't think it's going to be an easy surgery. It is huge, and it's obviously lying right over the side of her chest. So if you were to slip and penetrate, chest wall, we're in really big trouble. I'm hoping it's just a huge mass. After we've removed it, what we're going to have to do at that stage is send it to a lab to see whether this is a nasty mass or a benign mass. But yeah, that feels a long way off right now. First thing is to get her through this surgery nice and safely and deal with any curveballs that get thrown our way. We've got everything we need. Rock and roll. You've avoided me for weeks, haven't you? This is nice. Now you're friends with me. Right, we've got this, haven't we, little bean? She's quite a sweetheart in the end. Sometimes when dogs evade us for so long, they're a little bit naughty when they get in, but I think she was just scared. Yeah, she's quite settled now, though. Probably in the best shape we can be for surgery, but never take anything for granted. We're taking all the precautions we possibly can. So, yeah, wish me luck. So she's anaesthetised, she's prepped. I'm just getting myself prepped, and then I think we might be in there for a good few hours.
Yeah, she's panting, heart rate's a little high, but it's the same as it was before you put the clamps on, so I think
Okay, we'll see
Yeah.
that. Okay. Here we go. One of the things that is quite difficult when you're removing a mass of this size is the vascular supply that this mass might have. So essentially, it's sucking off of the body, but it's creating its whole own vascular supply. It's like a
planet of its own. And so you just have to go slowly and carefully just to make sure you're not incising through anything too big, because then that can cause quite severe and sudden blood loss. Blood pressure can drop through the floor, and then we have bigger concerns. So just slow and steady is the name of the game. So we've just found microfilaria in her wound. So essentially what I'm pulling now, that's a big worm. So these are spread via sandflies in Sri Lanka, I believe. And they are subcutaneous in nature in Sri Lanka. In some other countries, these will track to the heart, a different type of worm, but they will track to the heart and can sometimes cause heart attacks because they cause a blockage in the heart. But yeah, that's treatable. But it's a nice find, a nice little surprise for us. So now I'm down to the bit that's giving me the heebie-jeebies because we're right down onto chest wall, and I'm working blind, to be honest. I'm trying to go underneath and I can't really see what's what, so this is the bit that's just a little bit challenging. We're just going to go nice and slowly. It's really heavy. I'll give you the honours of weighing that. So I've removed the bulk of the thing. It's so bloody heavy, I'm sweating because you have to suspend it whilst you're underneath. Yeah, not easy. We've got the bulk off, but now I'm trying to just remove the rest of it, which is a bit tricky. I want to know where it's attached. But yeah, the hard part hopefully is almost over. Though I'm saying that, her anaesthetic has not been nice at all, so poor Kat's thinking, you think you've got the hard bit, I've got the hard bit. Let's get some renal PDS, please. So as you can see, we're left with a whole load of skin because this has been covering a mass. So I'm actually just going to remove a little bit of this just to make things a bit less saggy for our queen.
Pictures there. But now she's going to breathe again. You literally took a breath every day.
I think we're in an emergency situation now.
Can we have some help, please?
Oh my god, she's crashed after all that.
Right.
Crash!
Come on, darling. Come on. God, come on, darling, not after all that. Come on.
Pulse check. Stop compressions. Restart compressions within 10 seconds.
Okay, no, we'll call it. Thanks, guys. Well done. What a shame. You were hoping to try, darling. It was really bad. It was such a hard anaesthetic.
really, really bad for cats. Don't think that for a second. It's just a really severe case.
Yeah.
Like I was surprised we got it to the end.
Yeah.
And then that's why I was like, ah!
Yeah.
And then I was celebrated to it.
Yeah.
It's cruel.
Yeah.
So I just got home from hospital. Oh, rubbish day. We lost Missy, we called her, right at the end of surgery. Like, we'd finished. I was cleaning her to move her. We'd unhooked her from the anaesthetic machine. She was kind of breathing on her own. Everything was fine. She just stopped breathing and her heart just stopped. Like, normally you start to see it tail off, but it just stopped. Sometimes this is just really hard. I have to remember all the animals we help, all the animals we save, all those animals barking from their kennels all day long at the hospital drive me crazy while I'm in surgery. But yeah, I feel like I failed today. I feel like I really failed, and I almost celebrated a bit too soon. We got her finished last suture. I was like, last suture, yay, you know. I should know better. But yeah, tomorrow's another day.
So I'm feeling really fragile this morning. Just really shit. I feel like often the only time I end up at the hospital now is to do things that are a bit more tricky. And I know that's going to result in fewer good outcomes, but honestly it just feels like everything I touch at the moment just dies. I'm sorry to be like miserable, and I know I need to show you some happy stuff and how inspired I am to run and how bubbly I am every day, but just, it's not the reality. The reality is like, that's really hard, and that you don't have that much support when you're away from home, and you know, you have the fun friends that you can go on the nights out with, and when you're the life and soul, and you're the funny one and the bubbly one and the cheery one. But do I have anyone to come and sit with me when you come home from a day at work and you literally have a dead patient's blood all over your feet, and you have to sit in the shower and scrub it all off, and then wake up and start the next day and do the same thing all over again and hope you have a better outcome? And like, I sit in the car when I get home in the dark for half an hour thinking about how it was my fault. Oh. Just so brutal. I can't, like, just so sad. That little girl, apparently she'd been like that for 4 years, and she'd had 2 litters of puppies while she had this thing on the side of her that was pretty much a quarter of her body weight. And I just thought we'd done it, you know. Like, we were literally just cleaning the blood off her. She was switched off from the anaesthetic machine. I was just drying her. We'd moved her onto a bed on the floor, but hooked her up to oxygen. But it was so we could clean her properly and just get her nice and ready for bed. And then, anyway, I'm rambling, I'm sorry. It's just, I just don't know if I can do it. The work or the run. And maybe the run will help. But I don't want to run past where I found her today. I just feel so, oh God, I just feel so, I don't know what's happening to me. I'm not the bubbly, inspiring person you all think I am all the time, but I guess it's the reality.
Patients like Missy are why I'm doing the dog jog, running over 600 kilometres down the length of Sri Lanka to raise money for a new, bigger veterinary hospital where we can treat more patients. The hope is that we will be able to treat animals sooner before they become so critical, and we will see less sad outcomes like Missy. If you want to support, there is a link in the description, and if you can't donate, even sharing would be absolutely amazing. Thanks, guys.